Hey there Gundam fans, MVious Cosplay here again, and today we're going to take a look at the high grade Hi-Nu Gundam from Gundam Char's Counterattack. I don't I've seen the movie so many times and I know this kit is really old. I mean, it even says 2009. It's appeared in some video games and I literally don't know anything else about this Gundam besides the video game aspect. If you do know, let me know in the comments down below. But without further ado, let's check out this Gundam. And there it is. It looks really cool. I know this Gundam has quite a few similarities in terms of design compared to the likes of the Strike Freedom, but this came out before the Strike Freedom, so in a way, the Strike Freedom copied this. um, so yeah, a very bright color scheme. I do like the light blues on white here, especially on the shield, as a very different looking shield in terms of the color blocking and all that. I do like it. Bring this in a little closer. As you can see, it's got the three little mouth slits going on, just like the regular version of the new Gundam. Pretty much, it does look similar to um, the typical new Gundam, especially with the chest, the skirt armor, well, the front skirt armor, the legs, as well as the head, of course, just in a different color scheme. And of course, instead of one fin funnel wing, we have two. So, and it's pretty much split evenly. So moving on to the articulation, the head is quite limited because of the high collar here, and as well as let's use the beam saber as a little pick. So as you can see, the little cheek areas go into a point here. So it goes in a bit, it gets in the way pretty much. The neck is on a pretty cool neck joint here, followed up with a ball peg up top inside. So you can get him to look pretty high. If you have him on a action base, he could look pretty cool flying around. He can't really look down though. The wings can pretty much just go back and forth, and they can go up and down. Really good articulated wings for a 2009 kit. Moving these back for the sake of articulation. The arms can, that's all pretty much the movement they got for a butterfly joint. They can go all the way up if the wings are all the way back. Got a pretty good, well, no, not really a bicep swivel, but a shoulder swivel. Got a, whoa, what was that? Oh, this little thing here. Stay back there. All right. Not a full double jointed elbow. Well, that's mostly because the beam rifle's in the way, but if it's not in the way, you get a pretty decent amount of range. And then the wrists are on a ball joint, so they could pretty much swivel and rotate. The same with the other side. It's pretty much the same. I don't know what's going on with my voice today. So, but the waist can turn all the way around. Not sure why you would do that. It's not transforming, but it is there. These fuel pods are attached via some ball joints here, and they could pretty much rotate, swivel, so that you can move them out of the way. And this little fin, I'm not sure what it's for, but there it is. It can pretty much hinge up and down. The legs can go out this far out if you just move the the skirt armor. Get a pretty good high kick going on. Not much movement in the back, and on the side you can only bring out this much. The knees have a really nice double joint, and the feet, not much can be said there. They can go forward this much down, and rock a little bit. So that is that for the articulation. The accessories, you get a beam rifle. Unfortunately, when you do get it, it is molded only in a simple gray plastic, a metallic gray plastic, mind you. So I had to go in and use a Gundam marker. Pretty. I did think I did a pretty good job with the white. I noticed with Gundam marker, white is one of the tougher colors to use. With every other color, you could pretty much get a decent amount of coating on it and it's fine. So that's that. And the shield, I love the shield. It just simply pegs into the back of the arm here. The handle can rotate. Really good detail on the other side, but sadly there's nothing else you really can do. So that is that for the shield. So that is that. The Hyper Bazooka, or the Hi-Nu Bazooka, it is, again, molded in this gunmetal plastic. So please excuse my very poor coloring and usage of a white Gundam marker. No matter how many times I try, it just ends up very spotty. Now, if you were to open these hatches in the back here, you get beam saber hilts. 2 of them. But the weird thing is, you get only one big beam saber and a little beam dagger. I think it's a beam dagger. So you could pretty much just take those out of there. So that is that. Let's move him to the side just for now. And there's 2 holes on each one. So this is the beam saber with both of the beams coming out. Pretty similar to the traditional version of the new Gundam's beam saber, but it does not have the foldable handle guard. Or, because both the beam saber hilts are pretty much the same, you can take the smaller end and give the Hi-Nu Gundam a little dagger. So that's interesting. I'm not sure if this is an official configuration, but pretty cool. My only thing is I wish that they had like some sort of connector or peg that you could pretty much connect both of these together and give them like a little bit of a bigger beam saber, I guess. And you get another closed fist or another holding hand. So let's go and put these onto the the Hi-Nu Gundam, and then let's check them out. Alrighty, so there's the Hi-Nu Gundam with his beam saber equipped. Pretty cool. Not very often we get a mobile suit that has a blue beam saber. So that's really cool. It really stands out compared to the traditional color of pink or even green or yellow. So there's that. I think that looks really cool. So moving on to the next accessory is the Hi-Nu Bazooka. So let's get that attached to him really quick. And there is the Hi-Nu Gundam using the Hi-Nu Bazooka. Because this is the exact same type of mold that the high-grade New Gundam uses, it kind of sits on... Whoa. Sorry about that. It really sits oddly on the shoulder compared to the... Whoa, what is up with the knees? It sits pretty oddly. No matter what I do, it just doesn't seem to look right. And because of the Hi-Nu Gundam has a different shoulder build compared to the traditional look of the new Gundam, it just, like I said, it doesn't seem to be flush. So this accessory, I'm not gonna be using it most of the time or ever besides in this review. And the last accessory of the Hi-Nu Gundam is the fin funnels. So, well, unfortunately, you cannot use all 6 of them. You can only use 2. What a downer. So pretty much as any version of the new Gundam, the fin funnels pretty much go like so. This one for some reason is very loose, but here's the inside of it. Oh, focus now. There we go. There's that. I had gone ahead and panel lined the inside. Pretty much goes like this, and then they would fly off and pretty much do their thing, blasting at things like Gyaradogas or Char and the Sazabi. You're pretty much attached with just a ball joint, especially designed. No, not a ball joint, just a peg, and it just goes in there. So, next is I'm sure people have been wanting to see this comparison with these other 2 Gundams that Amuro has used. And just give me a sec, and they will be right there. Alright, so there is the Hi-Nu Gundam, and now bringing in the high grade RX-72, the Origin version. So it's quite a bit taller, actually, than the Granddaddy Gundam. And secondly, here he is next to the real grade New Gundam. And as you can see, the real grade just towers over the high grade Hi-Nu. I do not have the high grade version of not the Hi-Nu, the standard New Gundam. I just went ahead and got the real grade because it's just a better build. The articulation is so much better, and the high grade New Gundam is a really old kit. It's just as old as this one. So I went ahead and got this one instead. And just look how much more detail you would be getting. But besides that, that is the quick height comparison of all of Amuro's Gundams that he used. I know he used a standard looking mobile suit in Zeta Gundam, but I'm not going to get that one. I just wanted the Gundams that Amuro had piloted. And with that said, that has been my review of the high grade Hi-Nu Gundam from Gundam Char's Counterattack. Alright guys, I'll see you guys at the next review.